Hi YouTube, hope everybody's doing well. Okay, if you've seen many of my videos, then you know that I do quite a bit of shop work, but I also work out of my van. And so a lot of the trouble I have is transferring tools to and from the van. So if I've been working in the shop for a few days, and then I've got a job where I need to go to a site, I end up leaving tools behind. I end up getting to the job site and not having the tools I need. So I made a decision to separate my van tools from my shop tools, and so I'm working on getting some new tools for the shop, and that's going to be the hand tools. I've already got a separate table saw in the van, a compact table saw in the van. I do want to get another miter saw for the shop so I can leave a miter saw in the van, but what I'm specifically talking about right now is my cordless. And I've always used rigid. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of rigid, but to me it's been a good balance between usefulness, cost, and longevity. So I'm trying to separate the van tools from the shop tools, so I've decided to go with a whole different brand of tool in the shop so that there's no point in me mixing up the tools. So everything that's in the van will stay in the van, and everything in the shop will stay in the shop. Separate batteries, separate everything, and so hopefully I won't have to worry about crossover. So I've decided to try the Harbor Freight Bauer tools, the cordless tools, and read good reviews. We'll find out about it. So today we're gonna open a box and take a first look at them, and then I'm gonna wait on this video and I'll use the tools a little bit and see what I think over a little period of time before I go ahead and publish this. So okay, and you'll have to excuse the mess. I've had a few projects in the shop lately that I've not gotten cleaned up from. Okay, so we've got a book for the impact there, charger book. And I assume we're going to find a drill book in here somewhere. Okay. Oh, there's the drill book. There we go. Fine reading. Calls it a rapid charger, whatever that means. We'll find out. Ooh, that's got some good weight to it. This is the impact. I'm not sure if that's good or not, but it sure makes it feel quality. Again, that'll be something we find out through use. Now, one thing I don't like is this the chuck, the 1/4-inch chuck, doesn't lock out on the Ryobi, so you can pull it out and it'll lock, so you can just shove your bit in. These have some real weight to them. So it'll be a 2-speed, high and low. We'll find out how variable they are. And obviously the clutch. There's really not much to show you here, but man, I'm amazed at the weight. Honestly, not sure if that's good or not. They come with a 1.5 milliamp battery, which is 20 volt. The amperage is kind of, to a certain extent, is irrelevant because we don't know how efficient these are yet. Okay, so we've got 2 batteries, the charger, the impact, and the drill. And they were on a sidewalk sale, so they were, what, $85, I think? As opposed to, I think, $150 is what I priced with the Ryobi at. Okay. And the battery just slides on and locks. And the unlock is here in the front. Oh, locks pretty good. Oops. Sorry about that. So slide on and unlock from the front. And I assume that'll loosen up over time a little bit. It's pretty tight now. But that does make a very hefty package. Boy, we'll see. We've got 3 LED lights. Hopefully they're aimed well. Your forward and reverse are pretty standard. Pretty good variability on the trigger. Oops. Okay, I imagine as far as the speed and everything, they're pretty standard. 1/2-inch chuck. Calls it a drill driver, whatever the heck that means. I guess it just means you can you can chuck driver bits. I don't know. There's the specs, if you can zoom on that. Specs on the impact, there you go. And specs on the battery charger. And it does come with hooks if you want a belt hook. And thread for the hooks there on the side. Man, they are hefty. Wow. Oh, and there's a test button on the back. Hopefully you can see that. That one shows 2 LEDs. So obviously partly charged. That one's 2 LEDs as well. When you plug in the charger, there's a green light. I'm guessing just showing you have power. It's not set up on the back for a wall mount. I don't see anything exceptional either way. Okay, and the batteries are quite stiff engaging the charger. You got to give them a good push, and they don't actually lock in the way it does in the tool, so they will just come right back out. Okay, show you one thing that I'm not a fan of. If you can see it, you can see those flashes. It doesn't give you any idea of the condition of charge. All it tells you is that the battery's plugged in and it is charging. And the other chargers I have, they at least give you an indication of what level of charge you have. The Ryobi, there's I don't know, 4 or 5 different LEDs to tell you what level of charge the battery has. So a little more comparison with the Ryobi to the Harbor Freight Bauer, and they're going to check the weight. Now this is not a straight up comparison. The Ryobi is a brushless. Okay, so the Ryobi Impact with a 1.5 2 amp battery, 2.795 pounds, so 2.8 pounds. The Bauer Impact, the regular brushed with the 1.5 amp battery. Look at that. 3.4. So it's quite a bit heavier. 2.8 versus 3.4. You know, if you're using it for an extended period of time, got a big job, driving a deck full of screws, I think that'd make a big difference. So the Bauer drill, again, it's going to be a brushed with a 1.5 amp battery, and it is 3.5 pounds. And the Ryobi and the drill is just a hair over 3 pounds. Zoom in. So 3 versus 3.5. So now, after using the Bauer, mainly the Impact, but after using these tools for a couple of weeks, I really have to say functionally, I don't see a difference between using the Ryobi and the Bauer. There's one thing that I don't like about the Bauer, and it's this, on the Impact, it's this 1/4 inch chuck. And on the Ryobi, you pull the little collar out and your bit jumps out. and also when you pull it out, it locks, so that you can just stick a new bit in and it locks. And I really miss that. It's surprising that little feature makes a big difference, because a lot of times you're doing stuff one-handed. So with one hand you can pull that little collar and your bit jumps out, and then the collar stays open. You can grab another bit with one hand and stick it in. But this bit change is a two-hand job, and there's just, it's unfortunate. That's a big deal to me, but it's not a deal breaker. I will still use the Bauer tools simply because of the cost. If it wasn't for a cost factor, I would definitely use the Ryobi. And on that note too, with the Ryobi, I wouldn't necessarily go to brushless. If I had the choice between brushless and brushed, I'd buy the brushed every time. I don't see any difference in functionality on the job. I don't see any difference in the lifespan of the batteries. I don't see any difference in the power of the tool, how much work I get done with them. If anything, in my experience, it looks like the brushless go through the batteries faster. On my the grinder, the 4.5-inch grinder, I hate that thing. I hate that Ryobi because it just burns through batteries like crazy. My old brushed, I had no problem. It worked fine. But the new brushless, it just blows through batteries. I'm kind of digressing. I know this video is supposed to be about Bauer. And all that said, I would buy the Bauer again for an occasional use tool, which is exactly what I bought them for. So I hope this video is helpful, and I know it's a little disjointed because it kind of spread out over a period of time. But I hope there's good information here. Watch for links down below that might be helpful for you. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot. Have a great day.